Welcome to Golf in the Cosmos, where physics meets the fairway and the universe takes a swing at your mind. I'm Kevin. We got Andrew and Kcon. What's up, Andrew?
Yo, stoked to be here. Stoked to be chatting with the Ks of the group.
Yes, this is a modified OG group here. What's up, Kcon?
Not too much. How we doing? I'm just, it's hot here in Southern California, so I'm outside on the patio, so excuse any extra noises over here.
Hey, I think it's hotter in Texas, man, so we're
True, I can't complain.
We're fortunate at the end of the day. Yeah, gentlemen, I don't know if you guys caught last week, Wyndham. What a win.
Yep.
Did you see he was mic'd up, I guess, and the PGA is starting to, because I guess they own all that footage, but they started releasing stuff, and he was like walking down the fairway with his caddy, and he's so well mic'd up too. It's crazy, and you just hear him. He's like, "Yeah, I just don't feel that much pressure. It's not like Shinnecock, you know, like Shinnecock kind of like he reached a peak.
Wyndham or Rory?
Wyndham.
Wyndham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wyndham.
yeah. So he reached he was just like, that was the peak pressure, and then the BMW was like, he's like, whatever. And then,
Yeah.
but you guys tell me more about like what happened on that back nine. I mean, for him to close that out.
Well, it was really like what happened on the front nine.
Yeah, I was going to say his front nine.
I think he started with a 4-shot lead. Am I right?
Five.
That five shot lead.
Yep.
And goes 3 over through the front nine. And I really think that the only reason he was able to recover was because he kind of went through the slump at the beginning and could reset for some of the those holes on the back nine. But really, I think he birdied the last 3 holes, so like it was coming down to the wire, and he just made a couple putts to clinch it. I think I turned it off when he got through 16, because I was like, okay, he's gonna, like, he had a 2-shot lead, and figured he was gonna do it.
Yeah, I think my interpretation of like kind of how the round went was in the beginning he doubled, and Rory started birding. So all of a sudden they were close, and Rory actually was playing pretty good golf and continued on to get it close. I think he got even almost tied, maybe. Am I wrong?
Yeah, they were tied. No, they were tied at 14.
So then what happened? So like there was a lot of pressure, and then Rory doubled, and Wyndham birdied.
No way!
And the whole tide changed. Now Rory's chasing, and Wyndham's just cruising, and he started making his putts. He started, that I think that was the catalyst, was when Rory dropped off, because there were other guys who caught up. They were pretty close, but they would drop off again, And again, like Andrew said, I think he birdied the final 3 holes, or maybe 3 out of the final 4, something like that.
Yeah, it was an impressive finish. I think
it was good golf.
And his massive lead going into the final day. I mean, his play on Friday and Saturday were just remarkable. To get to that 5-shot lead, and to think he almost lost is wild. Like, anybody else probably would have clinched it, but maybe not.
No, imagine the amount of money getting put on Rory. I mean, I'll be honest, I was in Europe, and I tried every freaking VPN out there, and it didn't work, man. Like I couldn't get it to.
That's wild.
To stream it, with all the access, all the subscriptions I pay for. It's like those are USA only, apparently. I didn't realize he doubled, though. I mean, like I said, I couldn't watch it. I tried.
Yeah. No, and as a golf watcher, it was kind of, the double was everything we wanted. It didn't mean I didn't want Wyndham to win. I wanted him to win for sure. I think he's a remarkable golfer. But as a viewer, you want that double to come in right away, just so we have a closer leaderboard there.
Action, right?
Yeah, it just felt like we had action all the way up to like the 14th hole.
But how often have we been in competitive situations, tournaments, where you're going, it's kind of comes down to, like, even if you're behind, I've been in those situations. I'm like 4-3-4 back, and it's like, who's gonna double first? Like, it's like, is it gonna be me? Then I'm 6 back, and this thing's over, or is it gonna be him? And then I just go par birdie par. And I win, and both have happened to me. Both things have happened.
I was going to say, actually, one of the USAM tours, we were playing at T. Harris Creek, and I was in a playoff, and we played 2 holes, and I just did the same thing, got the par. So this guy was all over the place, but he kept having miraculous up and downs. And I was like, I played high school golf. I I'm not going to break. He's going to break.
Yeah.
And eventually he hit his first shot into the hazard.
Oh.
And I just played the par and I got the win. So it's like what you just said. It's like you're just waiting for someone's going to bend.
Yep.
That it just seems
Yeah,
it never closes out like like a guy in the middle of the pack who's just kind of gonna go 1 under on the back. It's like it's gonna be, even if that 1 under is just gonna be like one bogey, 2 birdies. But when you're in the lead and you're all the cameras are on you, the pressure is hot, it's gonna be like double birdie, 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 or double the other guy goes. And then I think Wyndham ended birdie, birdie, birdie or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think what's tricky is that when you have that much of a lead, you're thinking, okay, maybe be more conservative because I have a couple of shots to give, and it can end up compounding into several holes where it comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, you're 3 over par for the day.
Yeah, I think
it's hard to.
Playing that way, you take away from what you did for the first 3 days, which is playing your golf. When you change it to a conservative approach, it's...
And I think no matter what you try to tell yourself, and I think we've all felt this, like you're telling yourself, it's like, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to play the same way I did yesterday. But like there's something in you that like your subconscious is like, I have a 5-shot lead.
Yeah.
We're good. And there's nothing you can do about that. It's like a feeling.
But when you have a lead like that, it's like you probably should just keep doing the same thing that got you there, right? You shouldn't all of a sudden.
But the mindset, like Andrew says, it's subconscious.
Yeah.
You shouldn't all of a sudden start playing conservative, necessarily.
Yeah, but I feel like we've all gotten to hole 13, like a couple under par, and you start like feeling different. Like you're floating or something, and then something bad happens, and
I think it happened.
That's when you're most precarious.
To Kcon at Costa Mesa round 1. I watched it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Went from almost being 4 under to
just 1 under. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
But the momentum changed.
That like 3 holes and 3 holes too.
But you were going lower and lower and lower, and all of a sudden it's the first feeling of like going the other way. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. It's like Andrew said, it's like you got the motion out of your way in the beginning and you kind of were able to adapt.
I think it's important for golfers to understand that you're going to have a slump. Even if you get away with it, like, and maybe you don't, maybe you get a double, but it's like just understanding that you're going into it knowing there's going to be a rough patch.
There's going to be trials and tribulation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a natural part of the 18 holes, and with these guys playing 72, which we will be doing in about 2 weeks, like it happens whenever, but it will happen to everyone just about. So the only guys that it doesn't happen to is when they win by 6, like Tiger, when he would win by 8.
It's like perfect
strokes,
golf.
Sure. Yeah. That never happens. Happens maybe once a year.
And what's crazy is we've seen it in a lot of these tournaments that the winner does not play perfect golf. And then I always make the mistake of betting on a guy day 1 who played perfect golf.
Yeah, no, those guys never win.
And then they literally like go to shit like after that.
It's the Scotty syndrome. Scotty never wins.
Dude, I swear to God,
he never wins the first round. He always wins he's like 4, 4, 5, 5.
I swear Peter Malnati shot like 61. He was on like a 59 watch. He's got to have the record for like being in the lead to going the furthest possible back you could possibly go. He finished like 59th, and I was like putting hundreds of dollars on him, like going like, oh dude, this guy's. I'm like, the odds are so good, and it's like, yeah, there's a reason, because he shoots this once in a blue moon. He can't do it. You'd rather have a guy shoot 66 4 days in a row.
Like I said, that's what Scotty does. He does the 4 under. He never has. I mean, he randomly will have like that awesome round on Saturday, but it's usually like -4, -4. Then he amps it up to like -5, -5.
But it makes you wonder: are these the guys that shoot like 59 and then they don't win? Which we had a stat on that. I think the last 7 or 8 guys that shot 59 didn't win the tournament. Are they like being so risky that they get away with it? and then it just
No,
doesn't work.
Probably.
I think that's what it is, right? You're going.
Yeah,
If
I think
if I can pull this off, I'm going to shoot a 59, and then they try to do it the next day, and it's like you're getting a double now, and you're losing.
It's a different round the next day.
Yeah. I also think it's impressive the guys who have won tournaments and without a bogey. I just find that's just insane. Yeah, to me, because it's like bogeys are so easy to get. And I just coming from a currently a 9 handicapper, low 7.7, but I guess that's easy for me to say that, to be amazed that they don't bogey. But my God.
Yeah, I think I've only had maybe 5 rounds without a bogey in my career.
Wow.
It's like it's very hard to do that. But it's like a game of gambling where off the tee is a lot of times where those mistakes happen because you end up in the rough or with a bad angle because you took the longer club. And like that's where restraining yourself, I think, as an amateur, like can really benefit reducing doubles, is like picking and choosing. I know, Kevin, you're like always one club off the tee because you get the rhythm and like that makes sense. But for different golfers, I think it makes sense to like here and there, not only because the hole is telling you to take 3-wood, but because you just don't want to keep stressing the driver until it messes up. And
no, I do think
sometimes it's smart.
I looking at my card, talking to my coach, like I do think the next level, because the double that I had on my card when I won that last flighted tournament was I went driver and it went into a fairway bunker, one of them, and it was like, what? How could have I avoided that? And it's like by not going driver. I hit the ball great. It just rolled so well. Got the fly up. So I kind of agree that there's certain holes that you should have certain clubs to hit.
Yeah.
And you should be able to switch back and forth. Now, I feel like I'm getting to that point, and I know going into nationals at Sun River, we're all going to the US Am Tour Nationals in Sun River, Oregon. I'm gonna need to be able to hit 3-wood and driver and not rely on one over the other.
Yeah, we're gonna have the altitude too, so things are gonna go a little farther.
Yeah, and you're off the forward tee.
Oh, yeah,
so
you're right.
it's like you really can pick and choose and only hit driver when it's the fairway's 40 yards wide. But if it's only 20 yards wide, probably take less.
I
than
should
driver.
almost look at the course maps with you, Andrew, and we go, this one, even though it looks big, it's like this one's 30, this one's 20, this one's 40. And then we
should do a bonus episode going through at least one of the courses. That could be fun.
But also
they have course flyovers too, which is cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But also fairway bunkers for a 9 handicap they kill you. Like no one is good out of them. And you put this, it's like I don't want to be hitting out of a fairway bunker all 4 days. So it's like if there's a club I can hit to prevent that, then
that's an easy one.
Club.
You just you look at the yardage and you go, okay, can I carry the bunker? If the answer is no, then take a club down.
It's really hard though,
especially if it's on the.
But sometimes it's more than one club down. That's what's so weird. Sometimes it's like the rollout
long.
Yeah. So sometimes that's I think amateurs struggle with having to hit a 3 hybrid off a hole that looks so long. But it's like, no, you can't go into that fairway bunker. You need to be able to hit 7-iron, 6-iron off the fairway. And, some other guy's going to get lucky and hit it perfectly straight, but it's like that's not your game that you're playing,
Yep.
So,
it's one
course management is like such a deep.
It's huge.
I feel like everyone, it's a deep process. Like, what is course management? It's like not a simple answer. I'll tell you that.
No.
At the end of the day.
It changes each day. It's like a weird feel and physics thing.
The hardest part, too, is where are the tee boxes that day? And you can do all the mapping shit you want. And then it's like, if it's 10 yards off where the tee boxes are, guess what? Like, it changed it all.
You basically have to be able to do it in 40 seconds, right? The shot clock, you have to get so good at it, at the calculations and knowing what distances your clubs go, to where you can do it in 15 seconds. And it's almost a good test. Like here, look at this map. What club do you hit? You have 10 seconds to decide, because you just don't have that much time, or else you'll get put on the clock in
Right.
a real tournament.
100%, man. Yeah, course management is it's a doozy. I mean, I feel like once you get to those lower handicaps, course management is king. You know.
Yeah, I'd say it's
It
like
is.
once you get past 5 handicap, a lot of it becomes automatic. But I mean, we all still make awful decisions for no reason. It's absurd. It's like sometimes I make a decision, I go, why did I think that was the right decision?
Oh yeah.
It's
And you put
usually
yourself in a tight spot.
clouded by confidence or
Mm-hmm.
frustration, because that frustration leads you to do things that you like want to do rather than what is supposed to be done,
Yeah, I think
by a smart golfer.
the confidence is usually a better bet because it's like, or I mean, sorry, it's fine because when you do kind of like fly it over a green or something, like, wow, I'm just like, I'm on today. Now, if you're doing it out of frustration and you mess up, it doubles your frustration down because then you're like, why
It's
did I do that? What about was I thinking?
yeah,
I should have done what I said I was going to do.
Well,
Yep.
I honestly feel like par threes, the course management's a lot easier because it's so obvious. It's like right in front of you. You go, it's an approach shot. You're like, oh, well, that didn't work very well. Maybe I should have ended at the freaking like area where I could chip from, you know. But
Or-
looking at a super long hole and then going like, I have to hit driver, and it's like then you land in the fairway bunker. Like that's a moment of like, oh my god, like I screwed up, like. And especially when I hit it, I'm hitting the ball perfectly all day, basically, you know, for me, relatively perfectly. And then I hit it into the
Yep.
fairway bunker. It's like, oh, shit. Like, and then from the fairway bunker, I go out of bounds. So I have to re-drop in the fairway bunker. It's like, and then pull off a double.
Wow.
You know, it's like, dude, what is happening? Like, that's those moments where see, like, that's, I feel like is what more so what happens to pros where they unhinge because they can't comprehend why it's happening. You know, they're playing so well, and then something bad happens. It's like, how do you handle something like that? But
Yeah, and when you have a caddy and it happens, it's like, wow, as a team,
oh,
Yeah.
there was either a weird decision, which happens a lot, where the caddy's like, do this, and the player's like, no, I like this shot, and the caddy
Yeah.
has to say, okay, and then
right.
take the blame after. It's a really interesting dynamic they have to play.
That's so true. A caddy can help so much, but then there's moments where it can hurt so much. You know, and me
Yep.
and Andrew know that well. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
No, the biggest lesson I learned about caddies is that they have to be super humble and be willing to take the blame for something that was entirely not their fault, so that they can take the cognitive dissonance that the player gets when something bad happens and just turn it on to them, so they take the blame. And like that's half of a caddy's job when something goes bad.
I love that. Yeah, they have to be not rational, basically. You know,
Yeah.
it has
It's
to not.
really
It
weird.
can't add up and make sense always if you're a good caddy, because it's like
Yep.
you're taking these situations that and turning them into something else for your player's benefit for psychological reasons. You know, for psychological reasoning, and
Yep.
you need them to move forward and say, I'm gonna take that one for us. You know, like,
Yep.
yeah, it is. That is really interesting. Definitely. Okay, so moving on
Back to the tournament / tour championship, the one storyline that I don't think you heard about, or because you weren't in the US, was Cantley. Patrick Cantley, the last 2 weeks has performed very well.
Yeah.
And was runner up in the St. Jude. Was that the first one?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, runner up there, and essentially in that runner up group last week. And he was climbing the leaderboard at the end, and it almost looked like he had a chance to win. He just ran out of holes. But like, I think he has a great chance to win this coming week at the championship if he can just keep this momentum. And it's like he's gonna peak when there's only 30 players, and like to beat 30 is a lot easier than beating 50 or 120. So
freaking way easier.
so I think if he can keep it up
I like
and he stays healthy or whatever, then I think he's a good bet. I don't know what his odds are, but
It's
Yeah.
17 to 1 because Gilbert was talking about it over the weekend. and we put a $20 bet on it.
On Cantlin. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly what Andrew's talking about.
Well, okay, I'll tell you why. Tour Championship, 30 players left. I'll tell you why Scotty Scheffler is going to win this thing. He won the FedEx St. Jude, Tiff Eagle, Bermuda Greens, BMW, Bent Grass, Tour Championship at East Lake, Tiff Eagle, Bermuda Greens. So he's back on the greens he likes. Scotty Scheffler is going to win the Tour Championship because he likes Tiff Eagle, Bermuda, baby. That's why he's going to win. Simple as that in my mind.
You don't feel Tommy Fleetwood's going to go back-to-back?
I do not.
No chance.
And then, I mean, moving on, I mean, our buddy, fellow Cosmos comrade Miller has in the one and done, right? In the one,
he's got the lead.
But he has the lead in the one and done, and he hasn't used Scheffler. That's
insane,
key, baby. Yeah, I really think he's going to take home the money. This is like, it's like just south of 10K. This one and done, like it's up there. Maybe just south of 5K. I think it's south of 5K.
Yeah, it's 49. It's 4,900.
Yeah, just south of 5K.
But it drops from 4,900 to like 1,200, and then like third place gets 300.
Yeah, so I mean that's a massive win. I mean that's Andrew why I've entered you every year, because I'm like, dude, this if you could pull this off, but to have a fellow Cosmos man, win this thing, and I really like the pick. He's going to use Scheffler. Put it that way. I'll put more than 4,900 on that.
He's already claimed it like about.
He's going to use
That's
Scheffler,
incredible.
and he saved him. What a save! He also attributes my calls to the Scotty no win. He wanted to use him a lot, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to ride that a little bit." And now with 30 guys left, Scheffler will beat 30 guys. Come on.
In prior years, it was always like when you picked Scotty, it was like a very clutch moment, but you're also like, he's probably going to win these big tournaments. This year, he didn't win them, so.
Well, we've played years where it's like, when do you want to get a win? And
you hold,
a lot of points.
Yeah, when do you want to get a bunch of money? And
I've
one and done.
In the past, I've held Scotty for a while, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's like I should have just used him on this tournament. That's a signature tournament. We all knew he was going to win. He loves that course, so. And it's just, you try to save him for the playoffs, but it's like, why? Just if you get a win, you get a win.
But I think Scotty wants to win this so badly. Like I think,
after losing last year, it's like he feels a little slighted at the new format.
Well, last year he won so much also that he like almost used up, his like.
Well, it's like he won so much he should have been the FedEx champion, but I guess
I think
they changed it, so.
Right. He didn't have the 10-stroke lead. I think he had some oversight though, where he kind of used up the gas tank right before East Lake, and now he's going, guess what? I'm not going to peak until the playoffs, and then he already won one of them, and that was when I was like, oh shit. And then I didn't realize the greens were different, and I was like, he's going to win all three, and then I go, oh okay, it's not Bermuda at BMW, so but now we're right back at Tiff Eagle, Bermuda, the same exact greens as St. Jude, so it's like he'll just sink putts, he'll just That's my call. Scotty Scheffler is going to win the Tour Championship without a 10-stroke lead because he loves these greens and he really wants this.
Yep. And our boy Miller will take home 4,900.
Yeah, for the one and done. Yeah, it's been.
Are the points normalized for that? So it's not like he's going to get 20 million, right? It's just normalized to
we had one time
back when Breeze Woods won, got third.
He was like last place. He like called all three of the playoffs and jumped up to like third place, and they switched it all to 3.6 as the winnings.
He changed the rules changed because of what Breeze Woods
did. It's kind of crazy to win it at the end, unless they limit the field to the top 10 guys, which is not how it works.
What the sickest was back then, it was they had the 10-stroke buffer. It was like classic FedEx.
Well, 10. It was only 10, 8, 5, 6, 5, right?
But so Breeze Woods goes, I'm going to take the guy with 10, and 10 and then he went. And then they had the money was money, so it was like, oh, I won this much, 20 20 mil.
20 million.
And he jumps up. He jumps up to.
It was
to
10
third.
back then.
It was 10,
yeah.
yeah. But he jumps up to third place. All of a sudden, he's taking home money. It's the best. It's the greatest
Wow.
kind of greatest comeback in one and done history. Arguably.
That's sweet.
Okay, so
yeah, I think Scotty does have obviously a good shot at it. You're right. The greens, he knows the course. They play at the same course every year, so I see him playing well.
Exactly.
It's just wild to see like Fitzpatrick is like you see their tee time. So I was looking, and it starts at 11, and I think the last tee time is like 2, and so I really think the guys starting at I guess I don't know if they'll flip it on day 2.
They have to. I think it's
Are they? How many people are in each group?
2.
Just 2.
Wow, that's kind of weird. That's not normal.
It's the only way to spread the coverage out long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's interesting, man. A 30-person 4-day tournament is something you don't see every day. It's probably harder to
with all the best
to produce as a TV coverage. It's probably harder to do something like that, or it's easier. I don't know, either one. But
it's just same setup, less people.
Yeah.
And Eastlake, I think, is already built up for it because they've had some sort of agreement. So.
Yeah, no, they're ready for it. I mean, Tiff Eagle, Bermuda.
Where is Eastlake again? I always forget.
Atlanta. It's Coca-Cola, man. Yeah.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting where Eastlake falls in 2028. I think that's a good pivot. Is the World Cup style 2028? It's going to start off in group stages. So the new PGA Tour starts in 2028. We got to watch the old PGA Tour for a couple more years, guys. But the new PGA Tour starts in 2028. You have the 2 different tours with relegation involved. But the best part is, and Tiger approves of it, is the finals is going to be match play, baby. Welcome back to match play. But I thought it was cool that they're starting with group stages, like soccer. Like, that's kind of cool. They play 3 rounds. The best 2 finishers, and any ties have to finish in a playoff. That's going to be the best TV, by the way. The early round group stage playoffs. That's going to be sweet because it's like that's basically PKs, right? Group stage playoffs in 2028 PGA Tour that's PKs. You go, oh, this one's going to PKs. Let's go. That's PKs, and then you go, okay, he got the win. That means everything. The guy that tied him doesn't get the win. All of a sudden, he doesn't make it. Or maybe he has to go win-win after that and then makes it. So talk about drama, right? I mean,
I think it will produce a lot of drama. I mean, obviously the first 9 holes of every match will be boring, but as it gets down to the end of every match, it'll be like red zone. And who knows how many. I guess they can only run one group at a time, right? They're not doing shotgun start, but it'll be really interesting to see them challenge
That's
one-on-one.
so true. They're going to have the endings all happening, and there'll be like people on hole 14 though hitting an ending before the group in front of them. It's like things will be, you never know.
Yeah.
But the ones going to PKs, those will all be right on time because they got to go to 18.
That would be fun to see like a 4-man tie in one group. So then they'd have all 4 of them out on the 18th hole.
Well, is it? I wonder if it's a tiebreaker. Are they saying like if you're even through 18, you just keep going until someone wins?
Yeah,
or is it
I would.
points?
It's like
Really, I would.
No, they're doing.
I would think they would give you a half a point.
No, it's like that would be interesting.
There's no ties.
My understanding is it's as if it's golden goal for every group from the start.
I would think. For group
there's
play,
no
I
other
would
way.
think that you'd get a half a point, and then at the end, you'd basically finish the 2 rounds in your group right at. You'd tee off back to back.
So you're saying at the end of the 3 days,
4,
they're going to run playoff holes?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's how.
There's no way.
It's got to
man.
be because that's how they would do it in like. I don't know. That would suck that you play 18 holes and you don't get half a point.
Think
you
about it.
lose off of one hole.
You know how the World Cup does ties? They do goal differential. So they're not going to do that. So no, it's going to be. There's going to be a definite winner. Put it this way: there's no tie ever. in any of these matches. There's no tie.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you get
it's the only way.
2 points. You
no
get
goal
1 point
differential.
for a win. So if you won all 3, so if 2 guys won 2 matches against the other 2 guys who lost both matches, it would be 2-2, and they would have the higher score, so they'd advance. If one guy
Ties.
wins all,
That's not possible for one guy to win all 3 and then other people to have 2 though. Because you
Ties.
no.
It's
Right.
right.
It says ties at the end of the group stage will be broken by a playoff. At the end of group stage.
Wow. So there is like a differential.
So maybe there is a
Any
2
ties for
points
advancement
a win.
positions at the conclusion of group play are broken via playoff.
Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, that's how you don't want someone going out and playing 18 and losing the whole freaking tour championship just because they got broken
yeah,
and sudden
so
death.
it'll
At the end,
so-
that's fine because then you have all the guys together and you go play.
Wow.
right.
I just want to know what that looks like on TV.
Be sick.
You know.
And then is it an 18-hole playoff match, or is it just goal and goal?
It didn't say. I bet you it's just it could easily just be
3
sudden
holes.
death 1 hole.
Yeah, 1 hole at a time.
So like if some guy gets a birdie, all 3 other guys get pars, then that guy's out or he's in, and then you play another 2.
I guess my question would be how many points for a win, how many points for a tie, and then what are the odds of an actual tie of 3 guys?
I was so wrong on
Right,
that.
like
I
after.
can't believe that. Like
Yeah.
you're
know.
saying on Sunday they're gonna, so it's like 3 rounds, and then on Sunday they're gonna run all the playoffs, and then is that a sudden death?
We won't know
it
until we
doesn't
get a little
say, but-
closer. I think.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know any of this until like this week. We all thought it was going to
Yeah,
be a
so
32-man
it's standard
bracket,
group-
like a
it's
big
standard-
wrestling tournament,
No, it's standard
March
group play.
Madness. You know.
Group play always standardly is you let them play out, you take ties, you do whatever. At the end is when you decide. You don't decide like their fate on game 1.
Right. Because then you would never have half points, or group play wouldn't make much sense. It would
Yeah.
just be, okay, you win 2 matches and you're guaranteed in.
I just didn't think they
But
were
you-
going to make guys wake up to play a play. I always think of a playoff.
No, it's like what I
as
said.
It's after your
Kevin,
round, but this
But
is
Kevin,
not.
they would have those 2 players. They would tee off at the exact same so those 2 groups. So the final 2 groups final 2 tee times of the group, one would play at 11 and one would play at 11:10. So they're back to back. So then immediately they could probably practice for like 15 minutes and go right to the playoff. It wouldn't be like one guy tees off at 9 a.m. and the other group tees off
Right.
at 11:30.
groups
no,
are
and all
no,
of a
no. What
sudden-
I'm saying is a guy ties on Thursday, and then a guy ties on Saturday. How do you? Right.
No, remember you get half a point, or you do. It would be half a point, or like the 2-1 works. But usually they do with match play. It's usually 1 and you get a half a point for a tie.
No, but group play. I mean, I'm speaking about group play.
Yeah.
At what point do you run a playoff? Because
At the end.
At the end of the day or at the
After-
end of the weekend? Because there's no way to
At
know
the
what
end
the
of the
ties
week.
are.
At the end of the group, at the end of the 3
After everyone
rounds that are
plays 3
played.
matches.
Oh, I see. They're not going to play on different days. They're going to play on the same.
No, they would play on the same day. Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. They would. That's what I was saying. They would have the final
got
day
it.
would be tee times stacked against each other, so that like they basically end at the same time. They
Yeah.
basically get the
See,
same
I'm
amount of practice
I'm
time.
still thinking in like bracketing terms. Like, oh, you can't play the next round until the round, but the groups should play at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
In the Ryder Cup, how many points do you get for a win?
1, and it's a half a point for a tie.
Okay. So then, I mean, we can explore the math next week, but like, I'm curious, what is even the situation where you get a tie? Like, I don't know. I
The
know
tie
it's
in the
not that
Ryder
many
Cup.
plays.
The tie in the Ryder Cup. The team that already has the trophy keeps the trophy.
No way. They don't
Yeah.
do playoffs, yeah, because it's not group.
No. Like in the Ryder Cup, it's like they'll have statements that says like they either won the trophy or they continue holding the trophy.
Retain.
Yeah.
That is weird. Yeah, they can retain it with a tie if they had won it the year before. But yeah, no, excuse us to our listeners that we're just still figuring out.
We're working through it, yeah.
Well, I think everyone's still figuring out what is this new format look like. I mean, it's not like it's happened before, although it's very exciting that it is. You know, that this.
I
is the
think it's
future.
exciting because it takes the top group of golfers and doesn't put them in a standard tournament for one guy to win, but it's a bunch of matches to really test who is the tour champion, who can go undefeated once they get to the bracket. And it's like that is the real challenge of golf. Like, can you win 4 matches in a row? And that's the only way you're going to win. It's not just one tournament against 30 people to get the 20 million.
And that's really cool.
Yeah. And then with the relegation, it'll be interesting. Like, how hard will it be for one person to go from the Challenger Tour to the Champions Tour and then make it into the playoffs? Like, how hard is that journey? How many tournaments do you have to win throughout the year? Will anyone do it the first year? Like, just who knows how hard that will be. It'll be tricky.
Okay, so the subject that's hard to talk about right now is Good and Callaway Golf let out, that commercial, and it's hard to it's off-putting. It's hard to watch. It's hard to even find the commercial first off, but when you watch it, I'm not sure I understand exactly where they're coming from or why they thought it was, a good take, but I mean, Kcon, you bring up some good points about how they kind of reached the top.
And they fell back down. Yeah, well, I mean, what I was saying was that they reached the PGA. I mean, they were sponsoring events. They got the big break going on. So it's like, they have a partnership with Callaway. They're all over the place. So
I think they raised like $40 million somehow through investors, and they basically were using that to build their brand even more.
Yeah.
They're in retail stores with their merch.
Right.
Totally, taking it as far as they could, but then their first commercial, they come out with this video, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense, and it's offensive in many ways, to the point of essentially getting canceled. And it's just crazy to see how that video can get through all of the legal processes that I know how content goes through. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense how that could even get published or even past the planning phase. Because it's such an aggressive start to the video.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it just is very, very bad in terms of like how it's portraying the initial message. And it has no connection to anything that's actually funny. And so it's not, it doesn't, it's, I don't know, it's offensive is the main word I think of, because it just doesn't, it's like attacking someone. It's like, and it's not just someone, it's a woman. And it's like, that's a real problem in the world.
Yeah. Being like, don't touch my stuff. I watched it a couple of times, and I get where everything's coming from there. Like, it makes a lot of sense. And it's like you said, Andrew, who approved this, and how they film it, and what did they think about it? And it's mind-boggling how you can work so hard for so many years, and then
No, I mean the this is probably the first YouTube golf cancellation that we've ever seen. I mean, Bryson can step on his, the fescue behind him, still doesn't get canceled from a YouTube perspective. Like, probably gets more followers, right? Like, he can break rules, like gets a penalty. He kind of takes the medicine or whatever. But Good makes an offensive commercial towards women, and we're watching like a full scale cancel. Like as if it were, I mean, this doesn't even happen. Like, right. You don't see this really like this used to cancellation. I thought we were that was a thing of it was like an era that we were in the past, but apparently not. It's like,
I mean,
you can
I think
piss
they hit
off
a different button.
you can piss off everyone by doing something like that. But yeah, I mean, to your point, I don't even see the intrinsic value of knocking down someone who wants to use your driver. Like, oh, it's that good of a driver that you're gonna tackle them.
I think
And
it
tell
was
them
after
to not
watching it a
touch
bunch
my
of times.
don't touch my driver. Like,
it's like
okay.
addicting. Like if you touch it, you can't go back, kind of thing, right? Like
It's so when I read it, when you watch the full 60-second ad, have you guys seen the movie Obsession?
yeah,
Yeah, so it's pretty much a play on that, where like you become obsessed or possessed by this driver, because
but
the other guy who touches it like starts hitting unlimited
you guys,
drivers.
Obsession. I watched it on the plane. I mean, that's a horror.
I-
That's a horror film. I mean, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like when did when was Good in the game of like horror plays?
I think they were
Like,
just saying it's like once
like-
you hit it, like you'll be like you'll never go back to anything else. You'll stick to that.
Yeah, the issue is
Piece of
that
hardware.
when he hits the girl, it doesn't look like he's protecting her. It's like he's hitting her for touching his stuff
Yeah, that's true.
because he doesn't want her to break it or something like that.
But
it's
the way to play something like that is if it's this like magic stick, you let her hit it and then she's super good like at golf. Like
and
it's like
beats you at golf.
it's magic.
True. Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
that
Like,
would be the right. Yeah,
I just don't understand the whole tackle thing. The tackle, you guys, it all went. He could have said, "Don't touch my club," and it wouldn't have meant shit. It was the tackle.
Yeah.
It was the physical hit, the tackle,
it's the
and the
it's
angle
like the
that they
aggressive
filmed it
behavior.
on was kind of wrong. Like it looked, they kind of got it too good or too bad. But the angle of that, it was just like an unfortunate angle that they got. You know, also that it hit her so hard that it looked like almost, you know. It was like we were
Also, I
watching
want
like
to
a body cam. It was like a body
Exactly,
cam.
it's exactly
video.
what they're saying,
It's
yeah.
very aggressive.
Oh, it's
I was gonna say we should touch base on the guy going to tee up the ball afterwards. Like they couldn't have figured that one out. Did you see that?
Oh,
He
right
gets on his
after?
knee and he gets on his knee and uses two hands. It's like no golfer does that.
no. They should have reached out to other comedic skit golf YouTubers who actually are good at making funny content. Good does not make funny content. Like
Oh, they don't.
I haven't seen a single good video that's like funny. It's just more like, golf, interesting stuff.
It's
but
like
it's not.
JB explains it as like gamification of recreational golf. Like they make games out of everything and stuff. So
Got it.
yeah, so
They
Andrew
don't
might
sit
have
in
a
the
point.
comedy sphere. And I think we all know a couple other channels. I'm not going to name drop, but like they're really good at
Hell yeah.
really good at comedy stuff, and they use
Shout out Bev.
women in their skits.
Shout out Bev Boys. Love that guy. Fucking funny as hell, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys who have taste and like know how to do it and know where the line is, but I think they just didn't consult anyone who has a comedic background and don't go to stand-up comedy shows, like just don't even understand the sphere, and they just approached it from a weird lens that I think partially or rightfully so, at least for the time being, they're getting canceled because it's like to even think of something like that and film it and edit it, like what has to be going through your mind?
Yeah, well, that's what everyone keeps criticizing is the whole. But I can actually understand how a relationship with Callaway can be just two guys that are like homies. Like it doesn't just because you think Callaway's a publicly traded company and like there's just one guy that there's one guy with the login to the Instagram. And there's one guy that can press accept, and there's one guy that edits it and sends it to one guy. Like this isn't as corporate as people think.
But to put
No, it's not. I swear, it's really not. The way how quickly Good's rise has been, and then Callaway we know is like it is a big company, but it's also just there's certain people that run it.
Yeah.
And those people go, yeah, sounds good, man. Oh, you think that's funny? Cool. We love Good. Whatever you guys say. And it's just like check. It's not as
like
corporate
never,
as people think. Like in the corporate sense of the word corporate. It's just not. The golf industry is just like a few people actually,
Yeah.
So that's how
That
that
makes
get.
sense.
That's how that slides.
It's a small world.
That's exactly how that slides by. Is because it's like, oh, you guys think it's funny? Okay, cool. Like, well, let's post it. Like, let's blow it up. You know, like whatever.
As a company, they've never
it's like
portrayed
three.
anything
It's like
wrong.
three dumb fuckers. You know that let this thing happen. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not like this went through 25 eyes. I guarantee you.
You think they're still working there?
I did. I mean, I know that probably one of them is one of the good guys, one of the sources. So yeah, he's still working there. But it's just crazy when you see it getting pulled from all the stores.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Have they?
Yeah, it's
They
pulled.
haven't put out. No, they pulled the ad, but they haven't come out and made a statement.
They all have.
have
Yeah,
they?
they've all made statements.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and people argue the good statement's weak, but it's like, what are you gonna say at that point? Like, it's
there's
always
nothing to say.
it's always gonna be weak. No, it's more the one that got to me was the guy at the golf store, who's like, my manager messaged
At
me
9:30 a.m.
yeah, to remove
pull
all
the
good merch, and it's like, okay, that's when you know this is real. Like, this is hitting.
Yeah.
And then and then the funniest is like other clothing companies are like, this is Jimmy Tropicana is like, these irons are not good. They're great. You know, it's like everyone's playing off of it. It's like, I mean, I guess I'm just so
It's
deep
like-
into the algorithm, but I see like all the takes on it, and I truly believe though that they made it to the top, and everyone loves a good raking over the coals, like raking someone over. Like we know that's how America works. Someone makes it to the top, any opportunity to take someone down who's at the top, because they were at the top. If they're in stores with their hats, like this hat I'm wearing is not in stores, it's on the internet, you know, like, I mean, but like, it's like, if it's in stores, people are going to try to rake me over the coals, like, you know, any chance they get. And this was the chance, and it's not, and I'm not saying it wasn't a good chance. It was probably a proper, chance. It was probably the right time, but they got too cocky. Something happened. Something went wrong where they were,
Kevin, I was thinking, like, I don't really watch Good on YouTube or anything like that. And I was thinking, I saw them on the commercial to be the partnership for the big break coming out. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I was like, wow, they've done it. It's really impressive. And then, like, I found out they have a sponsored PGA Tour event. I'm like, okay, these guys actually did it. And then within probably 2 weeks of me acknowledging their success, this happens. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Can't believe all, like, and again, like I said, I don't pay attention too much to them.
Well, what happened is you start to
the
brand Good starts to transcend. Like, you were never even going to watch their old videos. You were just starting to accept. Really, a YouTube brand is sponsoring a PGA event. Good is cool, and so
I
it's
was
like,
stoked on that. I was like, that's impressive. Like, good job, guys. Like, fuck yeah.
But from where they came from,
it's just called money. Like I said, they raised a bunch of money through investors, and that was fueling all of this.
We should talk about that in a future pod on their rise to success, because I don't understand enough about that.
That would be great. That would be a great.
All I am pointing out is that anyone that reaches it to the top of something, like a celebrity, like Britney Spears, anyone that goes to the top.
The only person who can't and hasn't, no matter how much he fucks up, is Tiger Woods.
Exactly.
Well, that's what's funny.
For some reason.
Well, that's because he had the opportunity to go back and win again, so he kept winning, and then now it's just like, I'm not even sure what's going on.
But then he gives back to the game in a lot of ways. So
listen, Good doesn't have, the current
legacy.
No miscut streak. Like there's some certain things that Tiger has that you can't take away from him, and then Good, you could take everything away. You could be like, don't care. Oh, you have 1 million subscribers. Don't care. Rake him over the.
We don't want to be associated with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all they needed was to do something like that, and also too, sometimes these things happen, and there's subjects that are bubbling, and women in golf is a bubbling subject. Like we played at I won't say which country club, but me and Kcon played at a very prestigious country club, and we found out like the women play on Tuesdays. They only play on Tuesdays.
That's about it, right? Yeah.
Well, no, they're not even. Yeah. It's like, I don't even know if it's. I guess they could. I don't know if they're not allowed to, but the fact of the matter is they only play on Tuesdays. So it's like, oh, it's interesting. Like, you can't play with your wife at some of these East Coast well, I probably gave too much away there. Some of these East Coast clubs, you can't. I guess I'm saying I am.
No, don't
but,
say it.
No, but you know what I mean. Like this is a subject. Yeah, golf and women is a bubbling subject, and then we have a lot of golf influencers that are doing well, that are women, and they were just kind of waiting for an opportunity to talk about these subjects, and like this gave them that opportunity. It's like, okay, you're gonna knock down a woman, and then it's like now we can actually bring this up and get a spotlight on it. So it's not just the commercial. It's that it speaks bigger. It's a bigger thing into like what golf is, and like kind of the state of the game around women, country clubs, women. Some clubs are in different spots than others. And I feel like that gave it fuel. That's the fuel that it needed. Because we all and also we all kind of agree that
it is like that in the golf world.
Right. We all kind of agree with that. We all go, wait, yeah, why? We all kind of, I shouldn't say agree. We question those same things. We go, that is weird.
We notice
that
it.
is odd.
We notice it. We see it. Yeah.
Right. That is odd that there's the clubs don't have women, or that they don't let them play every day. It's like, wait, I want my wife to be able to play golf whenever she wants. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? If my wife can't play golf when she wants to, what are we doing? Like,
I do watch the LPGA a lot more. I watch a lot of like the influencer. I mean, you see like a lot of video. Like, there's a lot of movement going on with the women influencers in golf and what they're doing. It's like, it's weird that it brought back a point of like inclusion and all that stuff. And it's something maybe I'd never fully recognized.
But you don't think about it because I think we write a lot of history to act like we've solved a lot of these problems that just 60 years ago things were totally different, but they're actually we're not that far away from a lot of issues that America and the world has had. And I feel like there's lots of places in the world that aren't as progressive as America, but like,
we still got work to do.
But look, golf's a microcosm,
obviously.
right? Golf's a microcosm of kind of the, the upper class or whatever, like the historical upper class.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like where if everyone else changed, when's golf going to change? And then this just brought up a great opportunity to talk about these things. And it's like, but hey, I mean,
it's
at the end of the day,
I was just gonna say, one side note, I've been watching a lot of surfing, WSL, and this girl Erin Moore is like killing it. She won the Tahiti Pro, and then at Cloudbreak in Fiji there this week, and she won her heat with like a 10-point ride. And it's like, it is the most incredible thing to watch, like high performance of any sport. But then when you see, I think she's like 18 or 17.
Yeah, she's isn't she from like San Clemente?
She's Canadian, but yeah, I think she probably lives everywhere as a surfer. But it's just like every sport with female athletes is growing.
The
and
progression's
I think it's
insane.
Right. And the skill and the training is so
don't forget,
amazing.
we're raking good over the coals, man. Like, don't forget to bring up good in this whole, because you're saying this because of good, because good fucked up,
didn't respect.
Yeah, exactly, like that.
Exactly, you got to respect.
No, I'm just bringing up the good old pastime of the people that made it to the top. We take we take them down,
be careful.
and take them down hard, like. And that they're gonna get canceled. I think it's gonna get worse for them. I really do. Like listen,
it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take 6 months.
I'm just watching. I'm literally observing this too. From I'm trying to zoom out as much as I can. Like, put it this, like I said, when I saw the commercial, it was very off-putting. I was like, I'm not following. And then I try to zoom out and go like, okay, what's happening to them, to that brand? And it's just crazy to see that type of takedown happen. But it makes sense. That's exactly, it's the same recipe we've seen for years, happen. But but boys, we could talk about this forever. I mean, it's a really interesting subject. I'm glad it happened because it brought up some interesting subjects, and we'll see.
Yeah, at least it was a commercial, not a real thing. Like,
Jeez,
at
yeah,
least it
you're
was
right.
Yeah,
acting.
yeah.
still,
Good
it's
point.
like-
Good point. Good
But
point.
still, they publicized it
Yeah,
anyways.
good point. Good
Yep.
point. So gentlemen, it was a pleasure. You have a great night. Enjoy the tour championship, and we will talk soon. Maybe bonus episode on Sunday.
Awesome. Pleasure, guys.
All right, peace.
'Cause it's a revolution. You got to make a decision. Moving on strong. Moving on strong. 'Cause it's a revolution. Got a decision.